Just Mark here. All right. So tonight I kind of want to talk about being on my own and living on my own and being by myself. And I guess what kind of motivated this tonight is I actually went through and I've been doing some more downsizing and cleaning up my place and trying to make things look a little bit more homely. Yes, right now I'm sitting in my dog's bed, so she's actually lying on the floor way over there. But I kind of want to talk about what it's like to actually live on your own after you have been in a, I guess, semi chaotic house for 5 years. Prior to moving out a year and a half ago, I lived with three other people off and on. We had the kids half the time, and it was very, go, go, go all the time and very busy and a lot of activities, a lot of fun, and a lot of different things. There's always something happening and a lot of noise. And getting out on my own has been a different animal. I want to be clear. I'm alone. I live alone, but I'm not lonely. I've got friends, I got family, and I got that kind of stuff. But it was an adjustment. I mean, I had to learn to go from like busy all the time, helping kids, get ready for school and do activities and, drive them around and just be with my family. We were a fairly active foursome in terms of like wanting to be out and experiencing things. So living on my own has taught me a few things. I really do like my quiet. I always kind of knew this, but when I had my family around, every so often I have to have my quiet time. Friday nights, when the kids went back to their dads, it was kind of a chill night for my ex and I. And every so often, I'm not good with loud noises or a lot of noise, and I know I've always struggled with that. But since I've been living alone and being on my own, I've enjoyed peace and quiet. I can escape to my own, place and escape to my own spot, and my place is not huge by any way, shape, or form, and you have to forgive it because I'm going to show you around here in a moment. But it's my space, and right now I am going and downsizing and minimizing a bunch of stuff, and it's actually kind of nice to have my own little space and not have to be accountable or to anyone else. I can do things on my own. So living alone definitely has its benefits. Number one, if I want to take a nap in the middle of the day, I can take a nap in the middle of the day. I don't have to worry about it. If I've got work to do, I actually can buckle down and do it. And I mean outside of my 9 to 5. I can commit some time and I can focus on the task at hand, and my projects, such as YouTube now, are not pushed to the side for other people. I do love the fact that it is my own space. Everything in here right now is mine. I've got a couple of pictures on the wall over there and over here. I've got a couch. I've got my bed. I've got my dresser. My dog has her bed, which actually is kind of comfortable. She's actually looking at me going, "Why are you in my bed, Dad?" My space is small, but I appreciate the space that I have. I could be out on my own. I could be homeless, and I'm renting this basement from a friend. So yeah, I guess I don't entirely live alone because I go up and I see them and we have to share a kitchen and a bathroom. But for the most part, I am on my own and I live alone. Other benefits of living alone and by myself as a single guy is sometimes I can let this place go a little bit. I can make sure it's decluttered when I need it to be, and I don't have to worry about cleaning up other people's messes. I worry about my dog and I clean up Trixie's mess. Her toys. I'll box up her toys and she'll put them away, or I'll put them away, sorry, and then she'll take them all out. Like today, she went to doggy daycare and came home, and the first thing she did was take a couple toys out, a bone, and then she played for a few minutes, and now she's sleeping. I'm also responsible for my own stuff. Period. Everything I do is my own stuff. So if something breaks, my issue. If something needs repair, I do it. And I honestly like the peace and quiet, to be truthful. Anyways, I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of my small space here. I won't show you the storage room because that's, again, a storage room. But, and right now I'm actually going through a bunch of boxes, so when I show you around, just bear with me on some of the stuff that you see. Alright, there's the obligatory dog shot. Anyways, I'm going to spin around and kind of show you my place. So, it really is simple. This is a shelf I have here. Then, kind of on the side, if I back up, I can show you a little bit. Anyway, this one has like my storage, dog treats, foodstuffs, just some basic stuff. A couple of popcorn buckets and some cleaning supplies for my car. So then, if I spin around, that back there where Trixie is actually the storage room. Now I'm going to come back. This is my couch. The blankets are a little scattered right now just because the dog and I were chilling on the couch a little bit earlier. And then be prepared for this. This is the mess that I'm going through right now because I'm reorganizing a bunch of stuff. But you'll see I have a bit of a table that I pull out every so often in front of the couch in case I want to eat. Alright. And then there's where the magic happens. You know, sleep. And all that on there is just stuff I'm organizing to minimize my space and my possessions. So if you look over here, I have a little bit of a little fridge for down here that I keep, yogurts and drinks and stuff like that in. Got my TV and my dresser. And last but not least, that's my home office. Well, and the dog station with her food and her water. But with the home office in itself, I've got my personal computer right here, which is 8 years old because I do make things last. And then there is my work computer. Don't mind the Q-tips. Again, I'm just putting stuff away right now. And the light that I have in the corner. And kind of some decor that I have. The funny thing about this place is it's got this one really large mirror kind of against the wall. But, this is my space. And when I want to go upstairs, that's it. And then I head on upstairs, go visit everybody who is upstairs and get my kitchen stuff. But yeah, this is my small space tour. And I really like it down here. It's comfy, it's cozy. I mean, obviously I want to buy a place one day, but this is where I live, and I'm okay with that. I love it. So hopefully you liked my little tour. That's my space. That's what I live in for now. And from owning a duplex, half duplex, to this, and I love it because I'm thankful. I have a roof over my head, and I've got my peace and quiet. I've got my own place. Now, living alone doesn't come without its challenges. I mean, sometimes you wish you had someone here to watch a show with, or someone to do an activity with down here, or whatever. But that's a part of living alone. You have to be creative, and that's, I guess, kind of why I'm trying to build a bit of an online community. I do try to get out, but I'm not as social as I used to be. I don't like stress or drama. And honestly speaking, and this is no knock to my previous life, I loved many parts of it, but I really love living on my own. I love not having people to be accountable to. I love being responsible for my own things. And I just love that I have a space that I can call my own 100% right now. And it's great. Now, vacuuming, I don't like vacuuming. That's the only part I hate because, having a dog hair. But anyway, that's just my little chat tonight on living alone, being alone. Alone, not lonely. I want to be very clear on that. I am not a lonely person. I am an extrovert, but I am quite well versed in, being social when I need to be, and my social battery is a little bit different. So, anyways, cheers, and I'll see you on the next one.